out here and doing this for the local athletes. For those people who are not familiar with what you do in your position, will you go ahead and just give us a rundown on what you do with the Clippers?
Well, this will be my 10th year with the Clippers. I was an assistant coach for 6 years, and this will be my 4th year as a pro personnel scout. Basically, my job is to scout the NBA players, go to games, and have as much information and knowledge as I can about the players in the league for trades, free agencies, and things like that.
So what is it like for you to come back and be able to share your experience and knowledge of the game?
I always love coming back to Fresno. My family's still here, my wife's still here, so I always enjoy coming back to check in on them. But I coached here a long time in high school, junior college, and at Fresno State. So I've always had a really fond connection with Fresno. So it's so much fun to come back and work with these kids, the local kids, and Demetrius does a great job with his program. And he called me, and I just said, tell me when and where, and I'll be there. And I just really enjoy working with these kids.
So yesterday, after the training, you talked to the kids for a little bit, pretty much about any and everything if they had any questions. And you mentioned to them how important it is for them to get to know what their role is.
Yeah, that's huge.
I'm sorry.
That's huge, yeah.
Starting at a young age, these are middle school to high school kids. Why is it important for them to start knowing that now and understanding that?
Okay, it's really important because right now they may not know where they fit in with their team. They may not, and I think it's the coach's responsibility to identify that role, and the kids got to really understand it. And the earlier they can understand and accept their role, whatever that role is on the team, the better. And they got to be able to become a star in that role. Now, a lot of young kids don't like their role. They think they should be playing more or whatever. Parents think they should be playing more, and that's another problem. But the earlier they can understand and identify their role, now they can work on improving their skill. So if say they're a bench player and they don't like being the 7th or 8th man, that's their role, okay? Now they understand, okay, here's what I need to work on to be able to become a starter. But if they don't know their role and where they fit in, then they have nowhere to go. So understanding their role, being a star in their role, accepting it but not being satisfied. Okay, I can accept my role now as the 8th man, but I'm not satisfied. I want to be a starter. And here's the things I got to work on to be able to become a starter. So I think the earlier they can identify what the role is, and a lot of that's on the coach. Coach just can't put 10 guys on the team and say, let's play. Everybody has to understand where they fit, what their role is, and what to do to get better, to get more of a role.
Earlier today, I walked in kind of late, but I heard you chatting with them again, and you mentioned, you as a coach, you can't really teach attitude, right? You can teach basketball, you can coach basketball 100%. How, again, an athlete like this being so young, how do they begin to, I guess, teach themselves how to have a good attitude?
That's with young players and young people in general, that's where it starts. I mean, once they walk through the door, we shouldn't have to coach their attitude or their effort. We should just have to focus on basketball. And so I think young kids, when they understand that, look, when you walk through that door, that's the price of admission. Having a positive attitude and giving 100% effort, that's the price of admission. That's non-negotiable. And I think the earlier at an age they can understand that, I think the better they'll be. Now, are they all going to be there? No. There's going to be some of those young guys that come in with a bad attitude. Something that happened that we have no idea went on in their life. Okay? And because there's a lot of stuff that goes on out there. But once they come into here, we've got to really get them to understand, you got to forget all that stuff. Once you hit this court, it's 100% effort and attitude, because we're not going to coach that. We're going to coach basketball. And we have that problem with our guys at our level. No, I mean, everybody has tough times. But the more we can harp on it, and the more we can really hit them with that every day, that the price of admission is a good attitude and great effort, then I think we're on our way. Here's I think, a great piece of advice that I've tried to live by for the last 40 years. Find something that you love to do and get someone to pay you to do it.
Simple enough.
And you know, this is my 42nd year in basketball, and I feel like I haven't worked a day yet. You know, and that includes the 25 years that I taught, you know, high school. Find out what you really love to do. Get someone to pay you to do it, and you will have never worked a day in your life.
I love it. And on that note, I think we are good.
Thank you.